Yeah, it's still not working. So I swapped video cards, and by the way, welcome back, SerpentX Tech for Vega for SerpentX Tech. Said that backwards. I had to lower the bit rate down to 3200 kilobits per second, or 3.2 megabits per second, which is not what I'm paying for. I swapped video cards, 3080, and maybe I thought it was the 3080 that was having issues. 3070 Ti, swapped network adapters, swapped, sort of building a whole new system. I swapped everything. So it's not hardware related. It's not inside my house. I don't know what else I can do to prove to Comcast that it's their problem, short of switching to AT&T. But anyways, it's more stable now, less drop frames, but that's because I dropped the bit rate. And again, for a good gaming experience, like if you're streaming your gaming experience, you want to be 8 to 10 megabits per second up, which I do have if we run a speed test. I have 40, but there's too much noise on the line. And again, that noise is being created by the amplifier. So anyways, um, I just wanted to wrap up what I was trying to say on the last stream. Um, what's up, buddy? How you doing, 2720 Crypto? And thank you for some of you guys coming back. I'm sorry that our streaming has degraded over time and has been a shit show lately. My apologies. For some of you that know the channel, I've tried everything. Every time I call, it's the same rigmarole. I tweeted at them, same bullshit. Let me schedule a tech. Tech comes out, do the basics. I'm not qualified to do that. They can't touch the amplifier. The box that has the amplifier that boosts the signal to the other houses, they can't touch it. So they schedule somebody to come out. And instead of sending somebody out, somebody at the back office is logged in, remotely restarting my modem multiple times, and then closing out the ticket and then moving on. So it's similar to what we've seen with other companies, even short of the company that I work for, where they're not really addressing the issue. They're just getting it to work at that time. You know what I'm saying? They're just getting it to work so they can close the ticket so they can get paid. Because some of these foreign, and there's nothing wrong with outsourcing call centers as far as a business standpoint. But you kind of lose the quality of service that you would have gotten if they were in Canada or North America. And this is coming from personal experience, seeing the company I work for kind of get dissolved, and most of the frontline agents get pushed to the the Philippines or other countries. And those people are intelligent. I don't want you to think just because they don't speak perfect English doesn't mean they're not intelligent. They're very intelligent. And I hate people that are stereotypical or racist or just bigoted people who just automatically hear an accent and hang up because they want to get an American. It's like, that's stupid, because that person that you just hung up on could have resolved your issue better than some of the Americans that you're trying to get a hold of. So don't take that wrong. But the point being is with all this outsourcing, some of those people that you're talking to are paid based upon the tickets they close, not the actual quality of work they provide. Whereas before, in my personal experience being a frontline agent and customer support or tech support, the quality of service is what made us look good and what got us raises and what got us to higher positions. So it's quite unfortunate to see this drastic change in the tech and customer service industry, to where it's not about the quality of service and how happy you made those customers, but more or less how many tickets you closed, how many tickets you answered, how many tickets you escalated, how many tickets you did this, that. Like, it's all a numbers game. And I've seen that across various industries, not just customer service and tech support remote. It's pretty much all numbers. Numbers, numbers, numbers. I want numbers. You want pay more? Numbers, numbers, numbers. And it's kind of deteriorating the quality of work, in my opinion, or the quality of support you would get. So anyways, the stream does look a little bit better. It's only a few seconds behind. Our drop frames is down to 15% now that we're at 3.2 megabits per second. So it's a little bit better, but there's still a huge delay between what I see in OBS and what I see on YouTube. So you guys aren't too far behind. There we go. All right, so I just switched over, and then I'm going to switch again. There we go. All right, so about 12 to 15 seconds. What I was saying basically is, Alameda, SBF, FTX, still moving funds, stupid shit. We had a Canadian exchange, I forgot the name of it, CEO that died, saying that the keys were inaccessible, now sending funds to a mixing service so it could be dispersed and obfuscated. Solana is taking a hit. It's definitely down from its all-time highs, I think 260 or something like that. There was a little bit of bounce, and then as you saw in bits and pieces of the last stream, it's around $10 right now. Yahoo Finance, for some reason, says these are the top performing cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, Bitcoin, let's see here. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum Classic, BNB, which took a hit because of some of the attacks at CZ, Monero, and Tron. Not sure how Tron made it on there. And then I'm keeping my eye on the political / regulation landscape, trying to make sure that educated people are help making these decisions and not uneducated people, and educating where I can with the people that I can communicate with. But I've been on vacation. I've been staying away from anything crypto related. There was a few times where I just go and check out my machines, see how they're doing, seeing how everything's performing, thermal, stuff like that. But other than that, man, I did not look at the charts at all. I just enjoyed a nice time with the family in Indiana. It's my wife's side of the family, but they treat me like a son, so I love it. I love it. Grandma's great. Built Nita's dad, a new computer, which you guys will be seeing that content here shortly. And the card that I just swapped into the system was a 3070 Ti, which I did have to replace the fans on, and you'll see what I did and who sponsored or who helped make that possible. So you guys can go give them a little bit of love and support. But we're just moving sideways. There's really nothing crazy to report. We still got the Bitcoin happening, 2024? So not next year, but 2024. So I'm stacking those sats, trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. There are some cryptocurrencies that I'm trying to kind of diversify into, but I really consolidated my position. I didn't have as many shit coins as I had in, let's say, 2017, 2018. So it's really just boring, honestly and truly. I mean, a lot of people want to get into the drama of the whole FTX saga that's still going on. I think I hear a lot of people talking about that, unfortunately. But I really could care less, but I wasn't the one impacted. So for those impacted, I could see why this would be such an important point or topic to keep an eye on as the whole drama unfolds between SBF, Caroline, and the other individual, I forgot their name. But yeah, it's just. But the Bahamian authorities did say they had 3.5 billion in FTX assets. Will the that be released to the general populace? No, it'll probably go to some whatever rich investor or VC that got in bed with SBF, or maybe Tom Brady or whoever. You know, it's always the top guys that get their money back during a bankruptcy, not so much the little guys. So unfortunately, I can see this thing dragging out for a while. Some of you that were impacted by Celsius, you should have got a letter, and you could do it online. I think the deadline is upon us. If it's not now, it's going to be the end of January. So make sure you claim your funds. Make sure you get that money that you need, or make sure that the funds that you would get back are accurate. Nice to hear, nice to hear. Oh, okay. Nice to hear. How's the weather over there? Well, the weather in Florida is beautiful. Here in Duval, it's a little bit muggy, a little bit cloudy, but nothing too crazy. It did get down to 24 while I was gone. So it did get pretty low. Machines were keeping the house warmed up. But now it's a beautiful 72, a little bit cloudy. high chance of rain. What am I, a fucking weatherman now? But yeah, it got pretty cold. It's gonna get chilly again towards the end of this week, which is good for me. Right, those are the days where I don't run the AC and I heat the house using the mining rig, saving electricity. But when it's hot, obviously that causes the AC to run a little bit more and have issues. But it was good. It was good. When up in Indiana, was as soon as we landed, it was minus 30 degrees. Wind was whipping like there's no tomorrow. The salt pellets felt like sandpaper being rubbed against your skin and thrown into your face. So I had to throw on my shades at night. But we were able to get over to the wifey's brother's house and into safety. Then it warmed up to negative 15 below. A lot of snow. Well, not a lot of snow. It's not like the lake effect hit where we were. It hit further north. Like, I feel bad for the people in Buffalo. I think over 30 people are dead over there. My prayers and thoughts go out to those impacted and snowed in and really struggling right now. But we only got, what, 4 inches of snow, and it was already melted by the time we went to leave later on that week. So, yeah. But Miami, which is odd, got down to 40 degrees during this hard chill that you guys had up north, or that we all had up north, because I was up there with you. 40 degrees in a tropical climate. So what is it going to take for people to believe that global warming is real? And I know it's cold, blah, blah, blah. That's not global warming. Oh my God, I don't know how to explain that to people. Certain scientists do. But yeah, the impacts or the changes, the erratic weather we're having shows me that we need to continue to improve our energy situation, which I'm looking forward to doing. What is this bolt right here? There's a lightning bolt right here. You guys see this? Or is it just me? Headlines for BTC USD. Bitcoin stays put with yearly close set to seal 60% year-to-date BTC price loss. Winners and losers of 2022. The disastrous year that saw a few winners among a sea of losers. There's still time for Bitcoin to hit 100,000 this year, Doge founder says. No way. No way. We're on the last day. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. All right, let's go see what's going on in the tech news. I do have a 7900 XTX coming. You guys, as soon as I have the opportunity to do a live stream with that, obviously this live stream is probably going to be done from my laptop, and that would be a good check on the hardware to see how the streaming performance is. You know, because like I said, I have to do 3.2 megabits per second on this system, even with different hardware. So that leads to me to believe it's Comcast, which many of you had me try a number of things that I've done, and it still hasn't worked. But we're going to be using the laptop to capture the system while we're mining, and probably do that while I'm trying to work my full-time job. So bear with me. Be multitasking that day, doing a little bit of streaming, showing the performance, stuff like that. I do have an XT that is going to be sold. So if you guys want a XFX 7900 XT non-XTX, let me know. That will sell that to anybody that's willing to work with me. It is going to be at the price at which I bought it, which is a little bit above MSRP. Because it's an AIB model, not the Radeon or AMD reference edition. But I'll work with them, and whoever wants to get it, you guys can find me on Twitter. You guys can find me on Discord. For those of you who are already in the Discord, if you're wanting to join the Discord, I had to put it behind a paywall, but if you keep an eye out, sometimes do random drops. I still haven't upgraded to this new CPU. This is one of the things my wife asked me about. I am not going to do it just yet. I might be waiting for the 3D V-Cache CPUs to do an upgrade, but right now, between spending the money that I spent to hook up my wife's dad with a new system, which really is a stout system, actually. It's pretty nice. You know, 11700K, I know it's not the latest generation, but considering the time constraints I had, it needed to be done on site. And, you know, anything that I was going to order online was not going to make it before I left. We did pretty good. We did pretty good. We kept the budget down for a decent gaming rig, a really good gaming rig, but still got one working for them. Yeah, so Magic Lucky 3.2 is what I'm having to deal with. 3.2 megabits per second up, and the stream is much better. We're at 6.8 frames per second, but that's not the rate that I'm paying for. I feel that I should be getting the rate that I'm paying for, the speeds that I'm paying for all this money, especially after months of issue. But anyways, yeah. This is interesting to me, right? So that's my system right now. I have a 5900X, but I have a 3070 Ti in it now instead of a 3080. This one had a 6950 XT. I have faster memory. I have 4200 megahertz memory. So this one's a little bit better GPU. But the difference with the same GPU between the 7900 65 watts and the 5900X 105 watts is not too much. Obviously, you're going to be saving more juice. So this one's only 6 frames on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, 248 versus 209, CSGO 603 versus 516, F1 2021, 403 versus 299. I mean, this is all 1080p, obviously. So yeah, not bad. I wonder what the power draw was for the overall system. I mean, that's not bad. And so this isn't the 7900X. This is the 7900. All right, so it's got a lower core clock, 5.4 instead of 5.6. Base clock of 3.7 instead of 4.7. Only 65. This is very energy efficient. 12 core, 24 threads. Guys, imagine what that would do for Raptorium. We should tell Rabbit Mind to look into that because he's a really big he's a big CPU guy. I don't want to go buying a whole new system just for CPU mining. Plus, I don't have the space or the allocation to build a CPU mining setup, you know, like on the wall or anything like that. So if Rabbit Mining could do that, I'd be very interested to see this 65-watt CPU and how does it compare to the 7900X or 7950X, which I know Rabbit Mining and I think SerpentX has. Look at the 77 right here. All of these are 65 watts. It's almost like they're getting ready for the mobile edition of the 7000 series CPUs. And unfortunately, the 4070 Ti is not looking too promising as far as pricing. Multiple sources now claim the price of the 4070 Ti should be at least 10% lower than canceled RTX 4080. I think we saw some leaks where people abroad were selling it for almost $1,000. But according to WCCF Tech, Nvidia has informed board partners today that the price of the 4070 Ti is $799, $100 cheaper than the 4080 12 gigabyte. The price is mentioned by Moore's Law is dead. In China, multiple sources such as X Preview board channels now claim the 4070 Ti at launch at 6,499 rubles, I think, which is 700 rubles cheaper. No, that's not rubles. RMB cheaper than the supposed MSRP of the 4080. Da, da, da. We know the specs. Here are the specs right here. So cut down die, 60 SMs instead of 76. 7680 CUDA cores instead of 9728 on the 4080. Boost clocks basically the same. 12 gigabytes of GDDR6X instead of 16. 192-bit bus. Of course, they're going to lock it down at the bus, including the cut die. 21 gigabit per second. Not too bad on the memory speed there. So these would have been okay for Ethereum per se. What is this? Oh, that's the 4090. Wow, it has the same memory speed. Why does the 4080 have a little bit more memory? I don't have any of these cards. I had a 4090. You saw the results for that, and then I sold that card because, you know, I need money. And I rather be able to pay my bills instead of, because I can't afford to buy all these new bits of hardware. I would love to, because you guys know I love to get data gather, do a couple live streams, data gather, and give that data to you guys, and then move on with my life. But you know, money's tight. Got to do things for my family first before I do things for the YouTubes. Because not making enough or not generating enough revenue through YouTube just yet. But maybe one day, you guys will be helping pay for the hardware that I'm able to test at launch. One day. So yeah, 4070 Ti 3D Mark. Where does it sit? So about 20-25% less than the 4080. That's to be expected. And I would say more like 50 to 60% less than the 4090. Just barely above the 3090 Ti. I feel bad for the 3090 Ti's because they launched that just as a money grab. People bought up that 3090 Ti and then gets beat by a 4070 Ti, which should have been the 4080 12 gig. So, feel bad for those guys. So, from the AMD perspective, the 4070 Ti looks like it will compete with the 7900 XT, the non-XTX variant. At least around, probably around that price, but the performance-wise, the XT and the 4070 Ti will trade blows. And remember, the 7900 XT, Gamers Nexus, and a number of others kind of didn't give it a raving review. So will the 4070 Ti be that next card down? Because right now it goes 4090, 7900 XTX, as far as your top tier going down. So 4090, 7900 XTX, 4080, better value over the 7900 XT. So then it will be the 4070 Ti, probably right below the 4080. And then the 7900 XT. But we'll see when day one reviews come out of the 4070 Ti in general. I don't know, man. I mean, in synthetic benchmarks, the XT, the 7900 XT, rips on the 4070 Ti. So maybe it might be the XT and then the 4070 Ti. But again, depends on the game, the title, the benchmark, because you know how those brands like to trade blows, AMD and Nvidia. So we'll see how things go. I am testing out the latest Nvidia driver right now. I think we're on, hang on, let's go look. Where's my hardware info? Yeah, 42756 is a driver I'm on right now. I'm playing around with it. I've been noticing on the 3080 prior to updating, the 3080 was not crashing when mining Caspa and LOL miner. There was an update in LOL miner as well. It was not crashing at 1.63, but it was getting around 922, 925 hashes at like 240 watts, something like that. I know I could get a little bit lower compared to some of the results or data out there. But then when I updated to the latest driver and the latest mining program, the GPU started to lock up at the same clocks. But I was getting 965, almost 970 hashes at the same power draw. So LOL miner was able to extract a little bit more performance out of the 3080. But it, you know, as soon as I touched my mouse, the system would lock up. Whereas before 1.63 in the older driver, I could be mining right on the screen that I'm looking at here to my right that you can't see, and then looking at stuff on my left-hand screen, or like, for example, the wife would need to come over here and do something for work. She could do that without the computer locking up. but lately the computer's been locking up. But now that the 3080 is in the other system, I'll test out the 3070 Ti, and we'll see how things go. So me and the wife were just chilling. That's the reason why I didn't start at 11 o'clock. Still technically on vacation. We want to enjoy ourselves. But it's New Year's Eve, guys. Hey, you got any plans for tonight? You guys doing anything? Anything special? Getting drunk? Not getting drunk? What are you doing? What's going on for New Year's Eve? Any parties going on? Whose house are we going over to? Who? We're going to Bill Gates' house? Okay. Apparently party at Bill Gates' house. Yes, Magic Lucky. I know it was dual mining, Caspa and ETC. No, Caspa and ETC. Yeah, Caspa and ETC. But just erase that from your mind. Same watts, same core, same memory. Right? Different driver, updated miner, system will crash. So I think the latest driver might have some tweaks that need to be done to it, but we'll see how that goes. Yes, we could get it more efficient. I know that. I know that. Exactly. I know that. I know that. Just again, erase that from your mind. Focus on same core, same mem, same TDP, 65%. But on a new driver, new miner, it locks up. So that's the focus. Don't focus on the efficiency part. I know we can get it lower. So anyways, yeah, Bitcoin's boring as shit. Will it pop off in 2023? That's the question. Will it pop off in 2023? Probably not. I think we got a more boring time ahead of us. We're still technically climbing out of this economic downturn. So the best that I can say for as far as what I'm going to do is continue to stack those sats, accumulate Bitcoin and some of the top cryptocurrencies that I believe in. I haven't done a portfolio update, but if you guys want me to do one, let me know in the comments below this video or in the live chat. I'm not going to show you my actual portfolio, but I will give you percentages of my holdings. And obviously, be careful, right? Because I was talking about that in the last stream. DJ Mines had a situation go on and unfortunately lost a lot of funds. And so posted by Jake, I reposted it on the Discord, the SerpentX Discord, which is really quiet. If you guys want a private place to where you can go and not have a lot of noise, my Discord is available. It is behind a paywall, but I do sometimes random drops and offering links for people to enter. You got to verify stuff like that. It's not as active as some of the other Discords, unfortunately, which may be a huge turnoff to some others, but is one of many ways that you can ping or ask questions and stuff like that. I need to try to promote it, but I'm limited on time. I am very limited on time and what my availability is, because I'm always hustling and always having to work just to, take care of the family. Wow, really? Which cryptocurrency will reach $1 first in 2023? Shiba Inu and Terra Luna Classic? Really? I just can't believe Luna Classic is still alive. But whatever. I don't think any of them will reach $1 in 2023. And that's because the wider market's still going to be in pain. What is browser-based cryptocurrency mining and how does it work? Okay, yeah, so BitcoinPlus.com back in 2011. Bitcoin was fairly new and cheap. The ID was using a website to do the work of the miners was quite popular. Thanks to a surge in cryptocurrency market circa 2017, browser-based cryptocurrency mining has made a resurgence in certain circles today. The technology evolved. It's also due in part to evident blockchain-based tokens or coins that are mineable and easy to use JavaScript application programming interfaces or APIs and home hardware. However, the accessibility also is here to slew of malicious browser-based mining services into the fold. The foundation of cryptocurrency, built blah blah yada yada. Miners compete yada yada yada. Browser-based mining is a method of cryptocurrency mining that happens inside the browser using scripted language. This method differs from more commonly known file-based cryptocurrency mining approach, which requires downloading and running a dedicated executable file or batch file. During the inception of the browser-based mining in 2011, mining cryptocurrencies was cheap and relatively easy. It used JavaScript code for pooling mining, and users could sign up and embed scripts in their website to provide a way for paid visitors to mine them. We know how it works, how to start. So what's using it now? Brave browser crypto mining is another option that allows users to interact. Okay, so they're talking about on purpose, not because I remember there's quite a few people that got utilized. Their computer hardware was utilized to mine cryptocurrencies like Monero and stuff like that without their authorization. They're talking about on purpose, which yes, but that's a security concern of mine. I'd rather do it the good old-fashioned way. Yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, it's just a bunch of FTX and SBF drama. Like I'm over it. I really don't want to talk about that. So you guys do whatever. What did I say? You guys both said 2022. Rudd Putz and Chris Hanley. What did I say? Something wrong? Did I say the wrong year? 22. What does that mean? I don't know the context of the conversation I was just in. You're sad about Get Block? Yeah. Sorry, bud. I think Son of a Tech did a really good job. Did he not cover it yet? Maybe it's not in there. Wow, really? Oh, DJ Waters 20. Oh, good luck finding it. Is that his new channel? It's DJ Mind Spam. It's DJ Mind Spam the chat. DJ Mind's trademark. Ah. Well, either way, you guys be careful, because even though the market's down, hackers are gonna let's go look up some scammers right now. Let's see crypto. Let's just search crypto, and let's see who's live. This right here, right? So this is similar to what happened. DJ Mind's channel got consumed, and obviously his funds were drained. But then they used their channel. It was Tesla something. They changed the name of the channel. He went live, and then here we go. We got an old Zoom call or old video of Elon Musk. And here it is. Hijack channels used for crypto scams using public figures. You know, it's a constant battle that YouTube is very slow to react to and has not really gotten a handle on. So yeah, unfortunately, DJ Minds was one of those involved and lost a lot. So inside the Discord is ways to help out if you're interested in helping out. I have not caught up with anybody on a personal level. I just checked in with them, Merry Christmas, stuff like that. I'm probably gonna do the same thing for Happy New Year's, but I'm just gonna relax, enjoy the day with the fam, and then back to work next week. Same grind day in, day out. I'll continue to push out content Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Try to do live streams every Saturday, but it just sucks that I have to stay below 3.2 megabits per second when I'm paying for a substantial service. And I know AT&T has gig up and gig down, which is why I could potentially switch over to them. It's just I really don't like AT&T. I have them as a cell phone provider. I had them as a cell phone provider before, and they just have shitty service. But maybe they've gotten better. I don't know. Has AT&T gotten better? Anybody can tell me that's using AT&T? Okay. So that was just a shout out to your boy DJ Minds. Okay, got it. Thank you for the context. I got an Exodus spam email the other day, and I don't even have an Exodus wallet. They even spelled Exodus wrong in the email. Yeah. Got to be careful of what you download or what you open up and what you look like.
It can't be using, it also cannot be using, which was for a moment there. That's just difficult for Tesla to support in that situation. So I think, but I do think long-term renewable energy will actually be the cheapest form of energy. It just
Yeah. So anyways, it's everywhere. DJ Minds was impacted. We'll see how it goes. 7.38 mega hash per watt gain. Okay, my power is pretty expensive, so I dialed down the watts. Can't afford too high monthly bill. Yeah. So for tuning for efficiency, yeah, you can get the 3080 down to 100 watts, but comparing driver to driver or miner to miner, yes, LOL Miner's latest version, I think it's 1.65A, does provide a significant improvement in hash, but at the same everything, I was having issues. So I think there's some driver tweaks on the Nvidia side that need to be done. Anyways, we got our boy Rabbit Mining coming up here shortly at 1 p.m. You guys go check them out, give them some love. Sorry I was late today. Sorry that I've been busy. Now, there was no live stream last week. Glad we were able to finally get the stream steady, but at an exceptionally slow-ass rate. And it would be interesting to see him test out the 79. Let me go post that in there. The 7900 non-X CPUs. Data on the non-X AMD 7000 series CPUs to see how efficient they are in the future. Oh, I can't post links. I'm not a moderator. Rudd, post that in the chat on Rabbit for me, since you're a moderator over there. I just posted it on my channel. Go post it on his channel for me, please. Appreciate you. Bitcoin's trying to do a little run up, 16.4. Again, getting rejected at 16.7. Come back down. But on the daily, man, it's boring as hell. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. So yeah, anything going on for New Year's? Anybody doing anything? Might drink some champagne that we got from our Decentral trip down in Miami the other day. Probably not, but Comcast ain't working for you either. So yeah, true. Yeah, that's what I mentioned in the last video, but I'm not sure if it came through. Is that projects like G just mentioned, um, like D Gods and what is that? Yotes, Oots, moving away from Solana to other platforms, and that's understandable. Solana is not exactly doing them any favors, so we'll see how that goes. What's another good project that I've been jumping around on? Curve has been pumping. I'm not sure what comp is pumping because of. Is that Ripple? No, that's RPL, Rocket Pool. Algo. That's a coin I like. But doesn't mean you should dive headfirst into it. It's just a coin I like. Where's Ethereum Classic at? 15.7. Dogecoin at 7 cents. Was at 9. Matic down. Polkadot's pissing me off. Avalanche is avalanching. Toncoin. Was anybody able to get their funds out of that wallet? Like, I haven't played with Ton in a while, and I missed the boat on that one. But were you guys able to get your funds out of it and move it over to whatever new thing they got going because it's no longer mineable? I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of this. We're going to see a lot of projects start off as proof of work and then move over to proof of stake. I think one of our fellow content creators just did a video on Dogecoin supposedly moving to proof of stake. Last I checked, I don't think that was happening, but I haven't been keeping up. Sorry. Don't come here from the most accurate news because I have not been keeping up. I've been on vacation. I've been trying to live my life, living my best life, instead of focusing on the fucking charts and getting stressed out all the time and feeding into the Solana or the SPF, Solana, FTX, Alameda bullshit. There's more to life than that. Anyways, let me see what my machines are doing. Right now, at a crazy electrical rate, I'm still negative. But Grin is the most profitable for my systems right now. Ubicash kicking up there for a minute. That's actually pretty nice as far as the negative value. Conceal climbing up as well. Noxia. Sorry, I know I keep saying it wrong. Rio, Beam, Flux. Flux is still strong. One of my faves. Bitcoin Gold. I had a bag of that, but I got rid of it a while ago. Probably should have kept it. I don't know. Should I have kept it? I don't know. Where's it at now compared to when I sold it? Has anybody used this exchange? Exmo? Oh, no. I'm good. I did good. Yeah, I did good. Okay. Nothing too crazy there. Raven Coin, really need this project to kick it into next gear. Kind of stagnating right now. Firo, another one that I needed to move up, kicking into the next gear. Ergo, very disappointed still. Better, but disappointed. Meow Coin had some promise, but I don't think it's going to be able to achieve what its ambitions are. Caspa also really far down. I'm still mining it, even though the FPGAs have taken over the network. Soon to be ASICs. Well, never mind. They're already taking over the network, so GPU miners are not going to be as profitable anymore. Alphium, I wish it would be on more than just Gate as an exchange. And I never played around with Radiant. I tested out for a little bit, but I never really got into it. There's so many different coins out there, and you can talk about a new coin that comes out, but you know, does that team have the end user's intentions at heart, or does it just want to get your money and get the heck out? More than likely want to get your money and get the heck out, unfortunately, in today's world. Neoxa. 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 I'm just going to call it Neox. Okay? Nox. I'll keep saying it wrong and everybody keeps getting pissed off because they're a bunch of babies. My 3060 Ti has better efficiency than a 3080 on a Caspa, though. Not a big surprise, really. 3080s were never tops for efficiency. 3060 Ti is at 8.43 mega hash per watt. I like my AMD rig. The 6700 XT is one of my most efficient GPUs out there. So yeah. Yeah. Everything's still stagnant. Nothing crazy going on. '37 Ti with 16 gigabytes of VRAM confirmed by leaked prototype. This just a rebadge, a remake of a lesser card. Man, Nvidia's just trying to milk that cow, bro. They're just trying to milk that cow and get as much money as they possibly can. Let's go look at something real quick. New A. I got some videos I need to edit and get up and running for you guys. I will over the next week. Just bear with me. 6600 non XT 219. 4080 $1,200 still. 4090 2100. 6750 XT, that's a little bit high. 7900 XT. This is the reference model, $900. 6700 XT, $369. Once the if you see a 6700 XT for $300 or less, ping me on Twitter. Love that. I just lost 4 people. Why? I'm looking at GPUs. What are you doing? Oh my God, Nick Davis, don't do it. Don't do it, Nick. Don't do it. 3060, 369, way too high. 3060 Ti, 409, that needs to get down to 350 or less. 7900 XTX, probably being sold by a third-party reseller. Pelron, $700 3080. Now that's basically MSRP. It's a 10 gig, right? But I never heard of this brand before. Interesting looking card. Look at the memory sizes you can get. What? 8 gigabyte 38. What? What? Okay, 3060. Okay, I was about to say. All right. Threw me off there for a second. 12 gigabyte 3060. Yeah, so it's still older. Should be non-LHR for $700. That's not too bad. I mean, old card, but not too bad. Still would like to see it more around the 600 range. 3070 Ti 600C. That needs to get down to like $499, and then the other one needs to get down to $599. 6800, not too bad. Those cards are still good, but price a little bit high. Compared to where we were before, though, these prices are a lot better. So, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. On the secondhand market, you can find these cards for a little bit cheaper as well. No milking. No, Nvidia is milking. I'm not milking anybody. Get out of here, Nick. Kapow is too power hungry for my rate. 3050 prices just joke. I don't understand the price at the point. Yep. I regret not buying a 6700 XT at $400 CDN from AMD site. Yeah. Yeah. I actually sold one of mine to Mikkel. He still got it. And then I got a different one. What about getting a 3060 on AliExpress? Well, I don't know. 3060 is a non-TI? You said 3060, so let's do 3060. This is it says 3060 8 gig. Shouldn't it be 12? Here we go. So 369 versus 399. I mean, honestly, I would just go to eBay, to be completely honest. Not yet, Rabbit, but will be. Yeah. Internet connections hurting the business big time. And Comcast is sucking. So, I mean, you could go with AliExpress, but what? It's going to take like 5 years to get to you? Sam? I'm struggling to get more power in my house. I can only have the What's Miner on right now. Ooh. What is your breaker, your main breaker panel? Do you know what the power to your house is? You're growing into warehouse territory with your addiction grid. That's true. I'm almost there. Small office. So I need to swap out things. You know, AMD for newer AMD, Nvidia for newer Nvidia, but everything's working just fine. And I'd rather expand into other arenas, so to speak, that you guys have all the warehousing and stuff like that. That's money to blow that I don't have. Do want a new laptop, and my son wants one too. So I was thinking about eventually upgrading to a newer laptop and giving him my perfectly capable 1660 Super, or excuse me, 1660 Ti, discrete graphics in the laptop. It's got a 9750H CPU, so it's I think 6-core, 12 threads. Perfectly capable system. Still games when obviously on power. When you're not on power, the integrated graphics takes over and the games look like crap. But yeah, eventually, maybe not anytime soon. And then obviously, if I did get a new laptop, it would be a review on the channel like I've done in the past with other cards. But yeah, right now is not a time, especially with the market being down, to be spending a lot of money. And I don't want to liquidate crypto, and I had to do that a couple of times already. Liquidate some crypto to help cover bills or whatever expenses, like the trip to Miami. And I don't want to do that. I want to continue to accumulate, keep my head down, stack some sats, and then wait for the next bull run. And then maybe liquidate and take some profits is my overall plan. You know, because I'm a small guy. Small, normal guy, family, full-time employee, full-time father, full-time husband, and I just do content. That's all I fucking do. And it's all because I like talking to you guys. Especially you, Nick. You drive me up the wall, but I like you. And no. I'm sorry to have let you down. $69.50 XT for 800 is not too bad. More like 700, 680, somewhere in there would be more approachable. Here's a 3060 right here for 369, same thing as Alibaba or AliExpress. Where did Sam go? I bought two 1660 Supers from AliExpress, and it took about 2 weeks to get them. Yeah. So, I mean, if you find it a substantially decent price on AliExpress compared to the normal U.S. distributors like Newegg, Amazon, stuff like that, and you're willing to wait to 2 weeks, then go for it. Sometimes AliExpress has hardware prior to the American retailers or the North American retailers, and you can grab one before everybody else does. Now, here's one for $250. Or so it says. Let's see here. It says 2060 Super. Okay. 3080 Ti, 3070 Ti, 3080 10 gig, 3070, 3060 Ti, 3060 12 gig. 294. I don't know the brand. Does that not look like the same one we just saw earlier on Newegg? They're different names, though. So I wonder who the main manufacturer for these are. Because look at that. That one says Soyo. And this one says Paladin. So the base or the foundation of this GPU is created by a manufacturer from China or in the Asia markets, and then whatever company just slaps their logo and stickers on it. That's it. Yeah, eBay will probably give you better deals. Like, let's go look for a 3060 on eBay, because Rabbit Mind's about to get on, and you guys are gonna go on over there. So 3060, we're gonna go buy it now. Lowest first. Parts only, parts only, parts only, parts only. Pre-owned, 359. Now this is a Dell, right? So it's not gonna be anything special. Gigabyte Aorus for 250. Obviously, when you click on something like this, you want to look at their rating, right? So they got an 893 rating. They're pretty good. 100% positive feedback. You could always contact seller first. Hey, so video card shows video, but display issues. Artifacts are displayed on the screen's first display. So this might be something that you can undertake and probably look into, especially if you're using it for mining. You know, usually artifacts can be because GPU or memory mostly, but GPU core could be damaged as well. Open it up, see what's going on, maybe replace the thermal paste, thermal pads. Look at some of the SMDs, VRMs, make sure there's nothing burnt on there, there's no missing components. Look at a reference model or a reference PCB data sheet to see if there's anything missing on it. That might be a steal right there, but it's going to take some work from the end user to do so. Otherwise, here's a smaller one for 270, 285, another Dell looking card, 265, 289 HP. This looks like an MSI 3060 for under 300. Again, good rating, positive feedback. Is there anything crazy about it? You know, can you take a picture with you holding the graphics card in your hand? Not, you don't have to show your face, but, you know, take a picture with the card in your hand and send it to me. Make sure they got it. You know, there's ways you can challenge these sellers to make sure that you're getting a good deal. Otherwise, yeah, you can buy new from AliExpress or Alibaba or Newegg or Amazon, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I just wanted to catch up with you guys. Hope you have a happy New Year's, the end of 2022. I'll see you guys next year. I appreciate your patience. I'm sorry, Fudweiser, and everybody for the horrible connection that we've been dealing with. I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing everything I can. You know, I wasn't gonna cancel my vacation because Comcast has their head up their ass. So I'll continue to work on it, see if I can do better. For now, we'll just keep the bit rate extra low, which isn't what I'm paying for, and we'll see how things go. But go head on over. To Rabbit Mining. Go hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys later. Please do me a favor before you go. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed and notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I'll catch you next one. Happy New Year, guys.
Established in 2017, Octominer is an international mining hardware company. They manufacture and engineer the best mining equipment in the industry and supply rigs to some of the largest mining farms around the world. Their GPU mining rigs also integrate with the top crypto operating systems like HiveOS, MinerStat, and Simple Mining. All parts come with an international 1-year warranty. Exciting news! They will be adding ASIC miners for sale to their website soon and launching a new product built specifically for ASIC home miners. Please visit octominer.com or email support@octominer.com for questions.